Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. On Fridays, we talk about the product owner role in Scrum. We talk about patterns and anti-patterns that relate to ours and the team's collaboration with the product owner. And we've also put together a course to help you navigate that relationship. There's 18 modules, nearly 8 hours of tools, techniques, videos, handouts, presentations you can use to help you and your team work better with your product owner. The course is available at bit.ly/coachyourPO. All lowercase, all one word. That's bit.ly/coachyourPO. And now, on to the show, the Product Owner Show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Friday and TGIF episode with Kim Hinch. Hi, Kim. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you very much.
So on TGIF, we talk about product owners because, of course, they are a critical partner for our work as Scrum Masters, right? We need to help the product owners so that they can help the team. And for that, we want to explore two aspects. We'll talk about a great product owner later, but for starters, let's focus on what are the anti-patterns. And I want you to tell us and describe for us what it looks like, potentially the worst product owner anti-pattern you've seen in your career.
To be honest, I think there can't really be a bad product owner unless he or she really doesn't care about the product that they are product owner over, or take control of the future of the product. Then again, is that then a product owner, or is that just someone by name? What I do think is an anti-pattern is if a product owner stays in the clouds and can only converse with the team on future state of the product and isn't invested in the here and now. Because then he or she is so far away from what the team is actually doing, and he or she isn't invested in how is this team going to make the product better right now. Of course, the team needs the future perspective, but the team also needs the guidance to what we're doing right now. So I think that would be one of the biggest anti-patterns.
How do you identify that? Because, obviously, we want product owners to have a vision. So I'm thinking it's maybe too easy to confuse having a vision and being in the clouds. But I'm guessing you're thinking about specific behavior. So what are those?
What I would be seeing of a product owner that's in the clouds is that he or she is only talking about what we are going to be doing in a year's time or in 2 years' time. And that the person isn't invested in looking at the smaller breakdowns of what does it mean to be able to get there. He or she is only busy with the bigger picture. It's not possible for them to be able to look at what is the team doing now, and is what we're doing now, is that maybe even different to what the eventual story looks like in a year's time. He's not being able to adapt his vision. He's holding on to what he thought is going to be done in a year's time, even though that the team is learning, but you want to go right, but hey, all the evidence is showing us to go left now.
Or we've already gone left already, right?
If you have a team that it feels that level of ownership, then they've gone left.
Yeah.
And if he still is communicating we're going right, that's the biggest problem for the team, because then there's no interaction with them whatsoever. And what you do see, of course, is if people are in the cloud, or if the PO is in the cloud, he is generally also not at the dailies. He's not at the refinements. He's a very absent person. So he also won't be getting the information unless a team member actually pulls that person into the certain sessions.
So I was going to say that you also said that somebody who's always thinking about the future. So it's not just the clouds, but also in the future, meaning that not only are they not contributing to what the team needs to do now, like, refining a story we need or answering specific questions about the current story, but they might also be answering all the questions with future answers, right? Like a team asks, hey, how about this? And then this PO might go into, well, in a year we could be doing this and that, and isn't like tackling the right now, the decision that the team needs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And this kind of reflects on one of the aspects of the product owner that is hard to manage. Not everybody's able to, which is to have a clear future vision, but to actually help the team navigate the now. And of course, great product owners do things like helping the team write stories and collect feedback rather than them having to write all the stories for the team, as an example. And that helps them to help each other, right? And perhaps that's what we're going to talk about next, because we are going to talk about a great product owner. So Kim, share with us, how was that greatest of product owners that you've ever worked with?
Well, what I saw one of the product owners do was give complete and utter trust. That gave the team such a boost in self-awareness, in pride and self-confidence. From that point on, if the PO had to pull rank, which to be honest, sometimes that a product owner really does have to do that, the team understood. They understood also that it didn't have anything to do with the trust in the team or whatever. It was just a different choice, and that they knew they would get what they thought needed done at another moment. And that is what really helped the team, that the product owner was able to give them the respect of trust and understand what the team really, that the team also knows exactly what the product needs.
How did that happen in practice, though? I mean, giving trust and kind of supporting and even maybe reinforcing the ownership on the team side, kind of, those are concepts. But how did this PO do that in practice?
The PO had a very, very high level story. He really had a cloud type of wish. And he just told the team, I believe in you. I believe that you know what the best way to do this is. So please go ahead and do it. What he did is he also gave people in the team a podium during refinement, and he just let them talk. He put them up front. He had them explain what's going to be next. He had the team decide, okay, so which steps are we going to be taking now? He had them define the stories. He had them take control over the how. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't say anything. He never even expressed his doubt, because I know he was very doubtful of the choices that the team were making. He never said anything.
But he wasn't against those ideas, right? Like, because as you said, this PO was able to pull rank sometimes, but
yeah,
that PO was not pulling rank all the time.
No, and in this case, he doubted the solution that the team was selling him, but he never showed that he was doubting them. He put full trust. He said, no, sure, if this is what you guys think, please go ahead and build it. Go ahead and do it. And then in the end, he actually got the outcome that he needed. So his doubt was also not fair towards the team, but he never expressed it. So the team felt a fully level of trust and were able to build what they thought was best.
Yeah, absolutely. And also because that's if I look at the product owner role, that's a long-term strategy for the product owner to be able to scale and do other things, right? So, for example, a very common problem we have is that product owners end up having to support multiple teams, right? Especially in successful companies, that happens quite quickly. And if you're able to trust the team and you're able to help the team trust themselves, because that's the other side of the medal, then we can start preparing for, okay, now I can leave more to the team and I can go on and support this other team over here who doesn't yet trust themselves and is new to the product and so on, and they need more of my time.
Yeah, well, fortunately, product owners in our company all have dedicated teams, so they don't have to divide their investment. But if a product owner has more than one team, then definitely that is something that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen many product owners with not only more than one team, but sometimes more than one team and more than one product. So that does happen out there. I mean, some companies have like this product owner hierarchy, if you will, but not all companies do that. And especially companies that are growing faster, it's very easy to get to a point where, we've hired these developers, but we don't have any other product owner, so it's you.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Kim, it's been a pleasure to have you here this week. It's been very insightful and entertaining as well. However, unfortunately, we're getting close to the end. So do share with us before we go, where can we find out more about you and the work that you're doing?
Well, I'm not really that active on any social media, but through my LinkedIn, I'm always willing to contact with people or chat with people or whatever. So if anyone would like to reach out, then please be free. And then I can always explain more about myself or have great discussions.
Absolutely. So we'll put the link to Kim's LinkedIn page on the show notes. And if you have questions or if you want to explore some of those stories with Kim, do reach out and contact her. Kim, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Thank you very much for having me.
One more week of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast is over. But there's a lot more we have to share. We have developed our own membership site where you find a community of active and engaged Scrum Masters. In this site, you get access to exclusive content and get to interact with us, your podcast hosts, as well as the best Scrum Masters in the world. Join us at scrummastertoolbox.com/podcast and keep this podcast free of advertising. See you next week for one more week full of Scrum Master tips and tricks. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.